Have you ever noticed that scientific conference some posters make people stop in their tracks, while others go completely unnoticed? Today I'm going to show you how to create a scientific poster that is clean, professional, and visually appealing, and actually grabs attention if you're not a designer. At an international conference, the design of your poster is just as important as the result of your research. Not because the aesthetics matter more than science, but because the well-designed poster makes your science communicatable. You can have the best study in the entire session. If nobody stops to read it, you lose scientific impact. And today, you're going to learn exactly how to avoid that. Tip number 1. The rule of 10. This rule is straightforward. A reviewer standing 10 feet away, which is roughly 3 meters, has only about 10 seconds to look at your poster and decide whether it's worth reading or not. A visually appealing poster starts with a simple, clean, and predictable structure. That's why it's crucial to understand where the viewer's eyes go first. We need to guide both the location and the order of reading. These images on the screen show the typical eye-tracking sequence most people follow, so try to place your key elements in those high-attention areas. Tip number 2. Visual hierarchy. Have you ever heard about visual hierarchy? It's the order in which the reader perceives your poster. It's what makes someone look straight at your title, then the results, then your main figure. Without hierarchy, the poster becomes a confusing block. With hierarchy, you control where the reader's eyes go. And how do you do that? Here are 3 key ways. Scale. Make an image, graph, or key number slightly larger immediately attracts attention. Alignment. This is extremely important and often ignored, but it's what separates polished posters from the messy ones. Color and contrast. Choosing the right colors is essential not only for aesthetics but also for readability and the visual hierarchy. Tip number 3. Color and contrast. Colors can trigger emotion and shape the way people perceive your poster. Big brands know this well. They use color psychology to attract the right audience, and you should apply the same strategy. Because a scientific poster is a more formal type of communication, prefer neutral colors with a slightly darker tones. Blues and greens are great options. Avoid very light colors or highly saturated ones. Using them puts you at a serious risk of losing contrast and making your poster harder to read. The exception is the background. A light background, ideally white, actually improves the contrast with the other elements, especially your text. So my recommended setup is 1 primary color, 1 secondary color, black for body text, and white background. If you struggle choosing a color combination, you can pick 1 color and work with its subtones. Another tip is to base your color palette on the conference branding itself. But here's the key. Use the colors to organize sections, guide reading, and increase accessibility. Remember, contrast is what makes your poster readable from the distance. Tip number 4. Typography. No fancy fonts, no decorative lettering. The reviewers need to read your content easily. If they have to reread the same sentence 2 or 3 times, you've already lost points. Use clean, traditional fonts like Helvetica or Arial. They look professional and scientific. Another common mistake is the font size. People often use the text way too small or way too large. Here are my recommended size. For title, use the 80 to 100. Subheadings at least 36. And for body text, 24 to 36. Beautiful scientific posters aren't about being a designer. They are about following simple principles of visual communication. And once you master that, every conference becomes a real opportunity for networking, collaboration, and visibility. I hope this video helped you to improve the visual quality and impact of your posters. See you in the next video.